I'm Brad Warner. I graduated from Parkway North in 1976. Right now am a professor of surgery at the University of Cincinnati and at the Children's Hospital Medical Center. I finished, I graduated from Parkway North in 1976, and from there I went to the 6-year medical school at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and I finished that in '82, and from there went to Cincinnati Children's Hospital and the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine, and that's where I did my general surgery residency, and then I did my pediatric surgery fellowship, and I've really been in Cincinnati ever since. It's been about 22 years now. I think the things that I really most remember about Parkway North are, first of all, the fact that I came to Parkway North really after my parents had split up, and so it was really sort of a bombshell to our family at an emotional time, and I moved here really as a junior in high school. And so probably of all of the alumni here, I probably was actually physically a student at Parkway School System, probably the most short period of time, really just a year and a half that I spent here. But the thing that was really neat about Parkway was I had grown up, spent a lot of my childhood in University City, and a lot of the students had begun there. In fact, Andrea was there, and so it was sort of an opportunity to rekindle old friendships from my early childhood, and so many of the people were so open-armed and friendly, and I felt really welcomed into a family. And I think that was the most incredible thing for me, and coming back to St. Louis after having gone through something that we did. So really the friendships, I think, are the things that really stand out for me. Friendships that I maintain to this day, more than 25 years later, Andrea, and one of my best friends, Greg Wirt. And I don't really keep up with too many other people from high school, but I certainly am aware of them. Bob Arnold was in my class, for example, and he's one of the honorees tonight. So I think the big things that I learned about being at Parkway North were that it's truly a rich environment, I think, for students that are very broad in their interests. And we had a terrific experience in band, playing pit band for the theater group. There was a terrific experience and exposure there, while at the same time, the science classes and the science teachers and all that I remember were just first rate. And so I think the nice thing, what I got out of my exposure, was the opportunity to be in a school where it was so diverse and so deep in each direction. And that, I think, has really paid off for me, and seeking out the things that I like to do now. I had some very good experiences, I think, in science in high school that really solidified my interest in medicine, and that enabled me to pursue medicine like I have. What I really enjoy now are really the important things. My family, that's number one. I truly enjoy taking care of patients and taking care of children. For me, that's a real passion, because whatever you do to them, they're really affected by your operation for the rest of their life. And so I think that's an opportunity to really make an impact there. The other thing that I think is really I'm passionate about is really research. And so in addition to patient care, I have an active research laboratory, and that's quite an empire to be able to assemble a bunch of people at different interests and different levels of training and get them all focused and pointed in one direction. And I think the things that we discover in our laboratory, sometimes I consider trivial, but in the big picture, when you've created an environment of enthusiasm and joy for what you do, and inability to distinguish whether you're really at work or at play, I think that's what is key about our laboratory and about the research effort that we do. And I think that's something that I really learned at Parkway North, was the enthusiasm and love for what you do and the excitement, and it was just a great environment to be around. So those are the things that I think I really learned most from Parkway that I apply today. I guess the thing that I would say to students is that I think coming from Parkway, I think you have to appreciate the fact that you have so many different opportunities out there, and that the sky's the limit in terms of what you can do. I think coming from this type of school district, it's secure in every direction, and to really take advantage of that, listen to your counselors, try to learn as much as you can, because as much as you think you won't need to learn it later on in life, that's usually the type of thing that you feel most efficient in later on. So I think I would do it all over again, and it was a great experience. It really was. But I really think that in terms of what I would say to students is just go for it, and pour your heart and energy into it. And in an environment like this, you can only, I think, really turn on fire a lot. I really think that's the thing that I would say.